Hello and welcome back to Dani-mite Bakes. I have something fun in store for today. I am needing to make some vegan Pinata birthday cake cupcakes, and so I wanted to try it out today and film it. I've had mixed experiences doing vegan cupcakes. I first tried to do a lemon one and it sank because I learned that the egg replacer that I'm using, it needs to have some other things added to help. We'll get into that as I go there. And then when I make my chocolate recipe vegan, it's a lot easier because the oil rather than the margarine, it just worked really good. Today we're gonna be trying this out and hopefully it turns out. If not, I have to come up with a plan B to make vegan cupcakes because this is for an order for Saturday, which is today. Time is weird when you're filming. So let us go wash our hands and get ready and apron up. All right, I have my hands washed and my hair up and my apron on, and I'm actually going to start by creaming my margarine. So I've added 2 sticks into my stand mixer and I'm just going to get that going so that I can be prepping my dry ingredients at the same time. So I have 2 2³ of a cup of flour, since I'm going to be doing 2 dozen cupcakes, that I will be adding baking powder to. Now, the normal recipe calls for just a teaspoon per recipe, so I'm doing 2 teaspoons, and then because I'm going to be using an egg replacer, it says the best way to do it is to do an extra ½ a teaspoon per egg. So I have 4 teaspoons total of baking powder in here that I'm going to add. Why, good morning. My daughter just woke up and is being adorable. Do you want to come here and say hi? I think she's adorable. I'm a little biased. All right, and we're back. So I've added my baking powder and my flour, and then I have a teaspoon of salt that I'm going to just mix in. And because I had to take a break while my daughter woke up, I am ready to scrape down the sides of my bowl and add in 2 cups of sugar. Scrape down the sides of my bowl and I'm just gonna sprinkle in my granulated sugar. Now I'll do 1 more scrape. Now while this is happening, I'm gonna talk to you about my egg replacer. So I have here my egg replacer. It is a powder that I found in the store, which is really nice. I could look up what's in it for you, or I'll just put the picture of what I get right here. But it is a tablespoon of the mix to 2 tablespoons of water. And so my normal recipe is 4 eggs, so I have 4 tablespoons, and I allowed it to sit and gel, and I'll be adding this in. I added in my egg replacer a little bit at a time to allow it to incorporate, and now for the very important thing for birthday cake cupcakes, my vanilla. I'm not going to forget it this time. I guess that's just going to be my thing. I have to remind myself, hey, Danielle, did you put in vanilla? Yes, I did. I have all of my wet ingredients in, and now I'm going to be doing something that I find is actually really important for this style of cupcake or cake mix. What I'm going to do is I have my flour mixture, and then I have some cashew milk. I have a cup of cashew milk. I like cashew milk as opposed to any other kind of lactose-free ones or dairy substitutes because I find it to be the mildest of the nut milks, that has kind of the most similar mouthfeel to real milk, especially in baking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1/3 of my dry, half of my wet, 1/3 of my dry, half of my wet, 1/3 of my dry, and then it will be done. So I'm going to put my mixer on a low speed. Let's see if I can adjust the camera here. Yes, hello, welcome to my kitchen. It is clean. Shocking with a 2-year-old. Let's get this started. Put in 1/3-ish of my flour mixture on just a low speed so that I'm not going poof everywhere, because I tend to make a mess. And then I'm gonna put half of my wet, then another 1/3 of my dry as it's kind of getting incorporated, I'm adding more dry so that it's not fully, you know, sloppy yet, but it's also not super dry. The rest of my cashew milk. And finally, the last of my flour. And once I see that it is starting to incorporate, I'm just going to increase my speed just a little to kind of smooth it out. And she is done. So we are going to fold in some confetti, funfetti. Yes, we will. Batter is quite thick, probably because of the egg replacers being gelled for a little longer than anticipated. Now I'm gonna put in some sprinkles. I find that these ones are great because they don't bleed. And now I will be doing Pinata cupcakes, meaning once they're baked, I'm gonna be kind of cutting a hole in them and putting in more sprinkles. So I don't wanna do too many, but you still want it to be fun. It's for a child's birthday. So you wanna make sure that it has enough of the sprinkles to really be considered a funfetti. Because fun fact, funfetti is just vanilla cake with sprinkles. But you can see as I'm mixing, hopefully, that these aren't bleeding, they're not discoloring my batter at all, and I'm trying not to overmix so that we don't make them fall or too tacky. You know, I pretend I know what I'm talking about. Either way, it's not good to overmix batters. So that looks probably for the best. And let us divvy these up. Yeah, just getting to see all aspects of my kitchen today. So I have my trusty ice cream scooper that I bought specifically for cupcakes because it is the best way to divvy up my batter and put it in. So you'll see that I accidentally overfilled a couple of them because I was a little overzealous while I was scooping because my scoop is just a little bit bigger than I need. So I'm just gonna take a clean spoon and I'm gonna just kind of equalize them and make sure that there's none that are too full because otherwise they'll just go everywhere and that they're nice and even so they'll bake properly. Be right back. Apologize is going to be loud, but pro tip for making sure that your cupcakes are even is take them to a flat surface and just so that they are nice and even. I'm going to put them in my oven at 350 as per usual for about 18-19 minutes. I always go for a little shorter than I think I will need because I'd rather have a moist cupcake. Who wouldn't? Let's set our timer. Apologize for the shakiness. 18, start. We're exciting, they're done. I had to add a couple more minutes because they were just a little underdone. Obviously you can tell I overfilled like one or two of these, but this is so exciting to me because the last time I attempted this kind of a recipe for my vegan cupcakes that weren't my chocolate base, they like collapsed in the middle while simultaneously overspreading and making this like weird thing. So like I'm actually kind of happy that these are flatter because it'll hold the icing better and I can fill them easier. So I am letting these chill out in the container here. I'm probably gonna have to cut some of like the excess off, but then we will get these transferred to a wire rack to cool. Fill my cupcakes, I need to cut out some. So I'm just gonna use a baking tip and I just use it to cut at least like a little bit and then I can use a fork to scoop out that center so that I can fill it. And I have a bowl to put it into because those aren't gonna go to waste. It's nice because I can tell they're nicely cooked. And then while I'm doing this, I'll just let you know. So I've mixed up some sprinkles, as well as I remember I had these awesome pink ones. So I might use some of the little round ones in there as well, since I'm going to be doing pink icing. And it is buttercream time. And I said, again, butter meaning margarine. So I have 3 sticks of margarine in there. I'm going to start whipping up. And I have 6 cups of sifted icing sugar, some cashew milk, and my vanilla again. I'm going to reduce the speed so I can start adding in my icing sugar. All of my icing sugar is in, and I'm gonna just do a little bit of salt, just, very little. And we are gonna be putting in 4 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna raise the speed to get it to start coming together fully. Before I add in my food coloring, as well as my cashew milk is going to go in a little bit. It's going to take about 3 minutes, so I will come back. Now that my mix is nice and light and fluffy, I'm going to just be putting in 4 tablespoons of milk. So I've shaken up my cashew milk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let that beat for about a minute before I'm going to scrape down the sides and add in my food coloring. You can see I've added in my gel food coloring. I did quite a bit because I want a nice vibrant pink. I'm just going to turn it back on. Oh yeah, that is like gorgeous pink. I'm going to give it one more scrape and then we'll transfer it to my piping bag. My icing is done and I have my cupcakes capped. Oh, no, Cal. I have my daughter here to help, apparently. She knows exactly where things go. And now I'm gonna just pipe on some roses because I feel like it would be the prettiest, because I like pink icing and I like roses.
Wow!
Wow, is that pretty?
Hey! Yeah.
Since I learned how to do these, they've really become my go-to on top of cupcakes if I don't know what else to do, because they just look so pretty. And all you need to have is just the right tip, and then it's just gentle pressure starting from the middle and going around.
Please say cookies.
Oh yes, I know you have a dirty face.
Wow.
But you may not touch, okay? I know they're pink and they're pretty.
Fun.
That's right, friends.
Fun. What?
Okay, I'm just gonna reset my bag and finish these off. And there we have it, gorgeous rose-topped Pinata birthday cake cupcakes, vegan. Don't let anybody tell you that vegan can't be delicious, because I think these attest otherwise. So I have successfully, I would say, made vegan birthday cake cupcakes. This is really fun for me because, like I was saying earlier, my last time that I tried to do this batch, well, not this exact one, but a similar one, they fell. So I am super excited to be able to add this onto my menu because I do sell them here in the town that I live. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like this video, subscribe, comment if you want to see anything in particular, if you'd like to see me try a bunch of buttercream hacks. And by hacks, I mean techniques and hacks. Let me know in the comments down below. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Mwah. Best part about these being vegan, I could try the batter. Though uncooked flour is also not good for you. So keep that in mind. Don't do what I do.